Some key considerations before deciding to host. So the first one is the number of guests. You should always consider how many people you can accommodate so that everyone has sufficient space. 2 people should not be in one room unless they are partners, a parent and a young child, or 2 siblings of the same gender if they're over the age of 10. Or also 2 young siblings can be living together if they're under the age of 10. Obviously, individuals who did not previously know each other should not be given the same room. The next thing to consider is whether all household members in your household have been consulted on whether you can host a Ukrainian family, including children. So this has to be a family discussion, and everybody needs to be in agreement that this is a good idea, that you're ready to take this commitment on. And hosting is a significant commitment, and it is important that individuals and the whole household take time to properly reflect together on your ability to take on such a responsibility and the way that hosting might impact your life. Another thing to think about is, what would you want from a hosting situation? So imagine, God forbid, you suddenly had to leave your home and leave everyone you know and everything you know, that everything that is familiar to you, your loved ones, your job, your country, everything. You had to leave all of that behind. Just try to think about what support you might need if you were in that situation. And it's also important to remember that people are individuals, and so the support needs might vary considerably as well. Another thing to consider is whether there is any support available to you and your guests in the area. Are there any support forums online? Is your local church supportive of Ukrainians coming in? Can you rely on your local priest to provide that support? Have you been in contact with your local council? Do you know any voluntary organizations that might be able to help? Because putting support in place before you might need it is very important for a successful hosting arrangement. Also, try to make sure that you've spoken to your friends about this as well, so you have a support network of people that you can talk to about hosting. And also financial considerations. You might want to think about how hosting will impact your financial situation and your financial outgoings, such as utility bills, council tax, rent, insurance, etc. You will be receiving the 350 thank you payment per month for hosting, and your guest will have access to £200 interim payment while they're waiting for welfare benefits, and then they will be eligible for universal credit as well, or they might want to get a job straight away, depending on their level of English and determination. Sometimes it's worth mentioning there might be some delays with these payments from the local council. If that is the case, we can of course help and facilitate and talk to the council and see why the delays are happening. However, be prepared that that's something that might happen, and whether that will impact your financial situation or whether that will put you in an uncomfortable position if such delays do happen.